where the hood niggas at? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dishon King, and today we're going to be doing a gay chat video. If you're familiar with a lot of the girl chat videos that's floating around YouTube, I wanted to do a gay version and do a gay chat and talk about some different topics relating to not only just my experience being gay, but just like, you know, what a lot of other people may experience too. I asked you guys to ask me some questions on Instagram so we can talk about in the video. But before we get into all that, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on my post notifications so that you can be notified of all my future videos. First off, before we get into any of the topics, I just want to say thank you guys for watching me so far, and thank you guys for, you know, accepting me for who I am and riding with me so far. This is going to be a very long journey starting from here. You know, now that I have this channel, I'm not going to stop. And I'm just gonna think about different, you know, other creative ways that I can incorporate into this channel to make everything interactive and fun. I wanna be very honest and transparent with you guys in this video. It is going to be a little bit personal for me. I'm not gonna go too deep into some of the topics, but I am gonna be talking about a lot of the things that I experienced just, you know, being gay within the past, like, ever. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first topic that we're going to talk about is girlfriends. Having girlfriends, being one of the girls. So this is something that a lot of gays can relate to. A lot of the times gay men, you know, we gravitate towards women. We gravitate towards having girlfriends because we share a common interest. We both like men. Everything may be all great and fun. You may be one of the girls, but the minute that, you know, something goes down, the minute that you have a difference of opinion than the other girls, you are immediately the odd one out. And that is something that I've experienced and something that I can attest to, and it's not a very comforting experience. It doesn't feel good. You immediately go from being one of the girls to realizing that you're not actually a girl. So one of the dangers of gays being in an all-girl friend group, there can be insecurities in that friend group. I was in a friend group where one girl accused me not once but twice of wanting her boyfriend. Two different boyfriends, actually. The first time it happened, I was very, you know, caught off guard. I was very surprised. I didn't expect us to come to this point, you know what I mean? The second time she did it though, I felt completely disrespected and I had to cut her off for it. And it turns out that she had held in a lot of resentment towards me for years, because me and this person were very close friends for a few years. You know, I spent many birthdays with this person. I spent the night over this person's house so many times. We were so close. I've shared, you know, a lot of personal information with this person. So for them to come to me with, "You want my boyfriend," it was like a slap in my face. And I feel like a lot of gay men can relate to this. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you were in an all-girlfriend group and then all of a sudden they start viewing you as competition. I thought that it was a little weird at first, but in retrospect, when I had a lot of time to think about it, she was insecure because a lot of the past relationships that she was in, the guy cheated on her. She has been cheated on countless different times. And so she was projecting her insecurities onto me whenever she felt that her man was drifting away. And because she knew that I was kind of notorious for predominantly entertaining straight men, that's the kind of men that I attract. I attract, you know, mainly straight or DL men, trade, but we'll get to that part a little bit later. So with knowing what she knows about me and some of my past dating patterns, she automatically started viewing me as a threat and someone that she should watch out for. And to me, that was not fair in my opinion, because what I do is different from what you do. We date completely different. Your type is different from my type. Completely. Let's just start there. I straight up just asked her, like, look, like, is there a problem? Like, and she said, yes, I think you are dirty. I think you are grimy, A, B, and C. Like, she just let out all of her feelings, and I had no idea that she felt this way. And she had felt this way about me for years. Think about it, years. I should have cut this whole off a long time ago if she had felt that way about me. And the fact that she was able to hold it in for that long and kiki in my face and celebrate birthdays with me and hang out with me and do all these kind of different things with me, it's nutty. It's nuts. And you guys need to watch out for people like that. Next topic, we're going to talk about trade. What is trade? Well, let me pull up the Urban Dictionary definition of trade. I'll give you guys my personal definitions after I read the definition. Trade is a man who messes around with other men, but no one would ever know by looking or talking to him. Used by gay black men to identify masculine gay men, or DL brothers. My personal definition is trade is someone that is either straight identifying or straight passing, and someone who is secretly interested in men or has messed around with men in the past, but they are straight passing. If you were to look at them physically, they fit the stereotypical straight man. A couple examples of trade would be the light-skinned guy from Insecure. I can't remember his real name off the top of my head, but he is a perfect example of trade. He is actually gay in real life, but you would have never known because he plays such a great straight male persona. He's very masculine. He fits just the stereotypical straight man in society, but he is actually gay. That is what you would call trade. Common practice in the gay male experience is a lot of men do like dating trade. They do like going for trade, or some of them like entertaining trade. Whatever that they choose to do, if they try to pursue a relationship with trade, if they try to just mess around with trade here and there, or they try just pursuing trade in a friendship, each setting you're gonna have a different outcome and circumstance. Someone who is out and they attract trade will most often call the shots. Trade will hit them up at 2 a.m. in the morning, say, hey, come over, I want some. Or actually what trade will do, be like, you trying to smoke? I've gotten that text before. If I meet someone who's trade, or if I have suspicions that a guy is trade, and if the first thing that they ask me is you smoke, I already know what kind of tip they on. And I already know what kind of situation I'm going to get into. It's a secret language. I think a lot of gay men like the thrill of dating trade. They like the thrill of pursuing trade only because it's kind of like a little project. It's like a personal experiment. It's also a bit of like a forbidden fruit complex. Like, I know that's what I enjoy about it. It's like, oh, like I'm messing with someone that doesn't typically mess with like other guys, you know what I mean? Like, I feel special. And I think that alone is why a lot of gay men like to pursue trade, because of that dopamine effect of feeling special, like you are the only one. Because, sometimes I've attracted men that, they claim, at least, I can't confirm it, but they claim that like I'm the first and only one that they've ever been attracted to. And that makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I'm the shit. Just be careful. Don't get your heart tangled into that. They're non-committal. They will not commit to you. They will not come out to you, sweetie. It's not a fairy tale. This is not the sisterhood of the traveling pants. It's just not going to happen that way. A lot of the times, we have like this fantasy, and I'm guilty of this too. Oh, like, maybe we'll be in a relationship, maybe I can grow with this person, you know what I mean? But most of the time they're not gonna want to go over all those hurdles because they're trade for a reason. And trade know that they're trade know that they pass for what they are not. They know that they fit in with other straight men, so they want to use that as a defense mechanism and as a cover so that they can keep you a secret. Look, trade is gonna get their way at the end of the day. I mean, look at Jeffree Star's ex. Made it like a bandit in true Atlanta fashion. Last point that I want to make before I get off of this topic: if you are entertaining trade and you don't like the fact that he's calling the shots, try saying no a couple of times when he hits you up at 3 in the morning trying to smoke. Try saying no. Try, curving him a little bit. And if he's very persistent, then that's when the power dynamics start to shift over to your side and you start calling the shots. You get to tell him what you like to do. You get to tell him when you're available. Because most of the times they'll hit us up and then we'll scramble, we'll go to the bathroom, do what we gotta do, and then, you know, try to, you know, move around our schedule just to get that fix. And it shouldn't be like that. It's kind of sad when you think about it, you know what I mean? Flip the script on them, see how that fits you. The next topic we're gonna talk about is dating. What is my type? So, you know, the funny thing is, me and my friend have this inside joke about my type, and it's the Sweetie song. So every time the Sweetie song comes on, it's like, oh, that's my type, that's my type. She knows my type too. She can pick out like a dude I'd be interested in out of a crowd, like, and she's done it before. She shocks me every single time. I'm like, you ain't gonna guess who I'm looking at, and she will guess. Okay, I'm gonna give celebrity examples. People like Kelly Oubre. Even though me and Kelly Oubre have beef right now, he has a girlfriend, and he just insists on posting her a lot, and it really rubs me the wrong way. And I wish he'd stop and break up with her, like, quit it. I like Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre is beautiful. I like athletes. I like, you know, like men that are very fit, and I hate to use the word, but men that are masculine, or, you know, alpha males. I do like that. That's the kind of men that I attract. So I'm kind of like used to it, so I can't really, not to say that I wouldn't entertain anyone that is slightly feminine. That's not what I'm saying at all, but, you know, I like what I like. There's also G Herbo. I really love G Herbo, and I love his music too. Jay Critch. There's also, it used to be Kyle Kuzma, but Kyle Kuzma's kind of like funny to me now. I don't know. Rappers, athletes, niggas with money, you know, where the hood niggas at?
Where the hood niggas at? Where's the hood niggas at? I'm looking for the hood niggas. Come on, come with me.
I do like a man to provide. I will do the cooking, I will do the cleaning, write that check, paying all your bills.
Gotta cook and clean and wash everything. Smile and grin and hand your man a pen so he can write that check, paying all your bills.
I have a lot of domestic qualities. I'm a very loyal person. I will not cheat on you. I will keep all of your secrets. I will tell you the truth. I'll be very honest. I'm a Virgo also, so I will definitely help you in anything that you need. You got a business idea, I will do some research and I'll help you execute that business idea. Like, I'm a ride or die, but I haven't gotten the chance to grace anybody with my gifts because I'm always taken for granted. But one day, I do like a man, you know, to provide. I like a man that is very assertive. I like a man that, you know, knows what he wants. A man that plans things. I'm a natural born leader, but I want my nigga to also be a natural born leader, and I want him to lead me, you know, but ultimately we're gonna be like, you know, co-captains here, you know, calling the shots. I like for my nigga to, like, you know, be the main one, like making the decisions and stuff like that, paying the bills, and you know, buying me things. So my love languages, side note, is giving and receiving gifts. That's my top one. My second one is acts of service. You know, if I'm coming home from a long day of work and the house is cleaned, like you clean the house for me, baby, like that's a huge weight off my shoulders. I remember when I first got like my first MacBook, and I needed all these little different accessories, and I kept forgetting them at Target, and I had to make several different trips. If you were to get all those accessories for me without me having to scramble and, you know, forget each time, great. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be something expensive. It can just be like something that I need done. And if you're doing it for me without me having to ask, I will love you forever. And then my third love language is words of affirmation. That's something that is starting to become more relevant as I get older, because I love for people to tell me like, hey, you're doing amazing. You know, you're doing a great job. Like, keep it up. You know, like, I think you're an amazing person. You are beautiful. Like, I need to be told that kind of stuff. I need constant reassurance, because I also am a Scorpio moon. So part of me feels like you secretly hate me, and you have like some secret resentment towards me. Or if I do something wrong, you secretly hate me and you won't tell me about it, and I gotta pry it out of you. It's crazy, I know, but comes with the territory. That is the kind of man that I want. A man that can appeal to all those needs. It's not a very long list in my opinion. I feel like it's very doable. Also, one of my followers actually asked me about online dating in particular, which I'll touch on too. Apps like Grindr, Jacked, Tinder, I've had all three. I've never met anyone off of those apps. Those apps are very scary, especially Grindr. Grindr is a very scary place. I do not recommend anyone to use that app for anything. It's very gross too. Men would just send like unwarranted pictures of their you know what, and I would just prefer not to see that. Like, the little notification noise, and it's just out of the clear blue sky. The last time I had a profile on one of those apps was probably like a year or two ago, and most of the time it's just me looking. Like, I just want to see like who's all in my area. That to me is entertaining enough. I don't actually need to meet anyone off of those apps. To me, Instagram is like my dating app. I pull a lot of the dudes that I've talked to before off of Instagram or Twitter, and then we exchange Snapchats. Like, I meet people that way, and to me I feel like that's a little bit more, I don't know, safer. The last topic that we're going to talk about is identity, and just how gay men are identified, how gay men are stigmatized. It is a problem to me that a lot of gay men that have trades or talents such as hair, skincare, even YouTube, like people will get on here, popular gay YouTubers. A lot of times people can take those talents and want to put them as the help, like just put them behind a celebrity or put them behind a person, do their due diligence and just work for them, when in actuality we are so talented we don't need to be anyone's help. That to me is where I feel like more people should start paying attention to that. Like, don't just automatically write someone off as just a hairstylist. That hairstylist just might have the capability of owning their own hair salon or their hair business. They don't need to be traveling with, the next female rapper, just doing her wigs all the time, flying here and there, even though you can make a lot of money being that. But a lot of the times I can't help but feel like sometimes that can feel a little demeaning, you know what I mean? Like, you try to form friendships with your clients, and then all of a sudden at the end of the day you remember that, hey, they're only hitting you up because they want a service. They're not really checking up on you and seeing how you're doing, what your well-being is like. They're only hitting you up because they want a wig install, and to me, I just have a problem with that. So if you are a gifted gay male, do recognize your worth and know that you are way more than just someone's help, and that you are very self-sufficient and independent, and you can make something of yourself. You can make a name of yourself without having to service other people. There's also a lot of negative stereotypes associated with gay men, especially black gay men, which is just, it's so unsettling. When I used to model for an agency, I had a white agent, and he said a lot of microaggressions towards me. There was one time he sent me a text message because I didn't post something at a casting. Like, he wanted me to post about being at a casting, and I preferred not to do that because I don't like announcing my moves like that, especially if I don't get the actual booking. But it was part of my clause in the contract that I had to cross promote the agency whenever I did get a booking or a casting or whatever. There was one time that I didn't post something, so he texted me, he's like, no, post. And I said, no, I just didn't feel like doing it today. It doesn't go with my feed, but I did put it in my story. And he called me a diva and sent a picture of a fat black woman eating a bucket of KFC fried chicken and captioned it, Just completely unnecessary, out the blue, and uncalled for, and just rude. And I never told him to his face, but like, that was one of the biggest reasons why I left, because it was just like, this is very microaggressive and you don't know it, but someone's gonna check you, and it's not gonna be me. It's not gonna be me, but someone, you gonna try the wrong one. You gonna try the wrong black girl. He gonna try a black girl too, if he didn't already. The fact that there are still people that still associate negative stereotypes to black gay men, like being messy and, being divas and this, that, and the third, just because I didn't want to do something. And then what do I get? A bucket of fried chicken? Like, come on. Another stereotype is also having kind of like a sex-based undertone to your brand or being overly promiscuous in some sort of way. I feel like a lot of the times when there's a popular gay male influencer, when they get on their live, all the questions are like, oh, are you dating? Are you single? What's your type? Top or bottom, top or bottom, top or bottom. Like it's flooding the live questions. I think I was watching a video with Tariq Ali a while ago, and he was talking about how he prefers not to answer that kind of question. And I can see why, because it's like, I'm not going to give y'all what you want. You know what I mean? Like, it's so unnecessary to ask me that. You know what I mean? Just because other people are open about what they do in the bedroom doesn't mean that I have to be. I mean, I don't go up to you and ask you what you be doing in your bedroom, so why are you coming up to me? Because being gay is just like taboo to people still, and they feel like they can ostracize it in some way, and I think it's kind of disrespectful. If I get questions like that, I'm definitely not answering those. Just I don't want too much like sexual based themes associated with me, because that's not what my brand is about. Another problem that I have too is that a lot of the times when a popular gay influencer does get in a relationship, then it's like, oh, who are you dating? And then if they make the decision to make their relationship public, then people are like, oh, do more videos with you and your boyfriend. They want couples channel stuff. They want to see a couples channel, and that is like so annoying. Be mindful that you had your own brand at one point, and now that you're in a relationship, you start doing couple stuff because that's what people want to see. And then what if you guys break up? You break up and then you go back to doing stuff on your own. They don't want to see stuff from you anymore. They want to see couples stuff, and that's sad. They probably had like a workout channel or like a workout page on Instagram. They get in a relationship and they start posting being with their boyfriend weekly, daily, on the stories, going on these trips, doing all couple stuff, and then they break up, and then you try to get back to doing the workout videos, and ain't nobody trying to see that shit no more. Because be mindful, if you are a gay male influencer, or you're starting to build a following, or you're starting to build a name for yourself for a brand, be mindful. It's probably best for you to separate your relationship from business, because that could very well be you. And my last point when it comes to identity, is very important for you to make it known to your family who you are. Like be when it's time to come out. And I know for me, I didn't really have to come out. It was just asked and I told. So my grandma asked me flat out, and I said, yeah, what you gonna do? You gonna beat my ass? No, you're not. I'm the type of person, I'm very unapologetically myself. I'd be damned if somebody tried to make me feel bad about being who I am. I'm very adamant when it comes to that, and I will check someone if I have to. I feel like it's really important with your family to have that kind of behavior and be very stern about it, because if you allow yourself to be bullied in your family, how are you going to be able to defend yourself out in the world? And I also just want to send out positive vibes to anyone that is struggling to come out. Take your time, you're not in a rush, but be mindful that another day of you not living your truth is another day of you living a lie. Speaking of trade, ooh, Instagram. Let me end this video off so I can address that. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm so glad that I decided to refilm this video. The first time I filmed this, it was horrible. Like, I looked great, the quality was amazing, but my energy was so off, and you guys would have hated it. And I feel like this is like 1,000 times better. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you leave a comment what your thoughts are on the topics that we discussed. Comment down below anything that you've experienced. I want this to be like a safe space, like a nice little forum for each and every one of you to discuss how your experience was growing up gay, what your different dating experiences were, different things that you've been through when it came to having girlfriends. I want to know all that stuff, because everyone has a different story to tell. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on my post notifications so that you can be notified of all my future videos. And don't forget to follow all my social media at King Dishon on Instagram and TikTok, at King Dishon _ on Twitter. and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Why not would I leave if you were everything I wanted you to be? When I saw what you did, who you were with, got me questioning the things that I believe. So I asked myself, do I let you go?